Hello, brothers and sisters. I hope you're having a wonderful and blessed day today. My name is Joelle if you're new, and if you're not new, welcome back, and I am so happy to have you here. In fact, I am so excited to have you all here today because I have a testimony to share with you, and this is a testimony of answered prayer. This is a testimony of just how good God is, and I just hope that through this video, somebody will be edified, somebody will be encouraged, somebody's faith will be built. Otherwise, what's the point of this? Like, let's start at the beginning, and I hope that I do this story justice because it really is amazing. Ever since I was a child, my dream was to sing and to perform. I used to take songs from different pop artists and put them together to make my own Frankenstein song, and I would perform them for my family. I always just had this dream. And growing up, though, I was not a good singer. Every time that I would tell people about this dream that I had to be a singer, I would get this kind of response like, yeah, okay. Or there was one time when I was singing in my room and I was trying to sing these high notes, and my mom comes in, she goes, "Why are you screaming?" And so this is just to paint a picture to show you that I was not very good. So fast forward to when I was 16 years old. I was living with my aunt and my uncle, and this was the first time that I met Jesus. He saved my life, literally saved my life, because I was in such a dark place, and in such a dark place where I wanted to, and I was contemplating taking my own life. So you can just imagine how dark my life was. Everything was black and white. I never seen color at this point in my life. I had no hope, none whatsoever, until Jesus Christ came into my life. And I won't get into that story here, but that is on this channel if you're interested in watching it. Jesus Christ saved my life, and he gave me hope. He gave me a new life. After he saved me, I would spend all my time in my room, worshiping and praying, praising him, loving him, just thinking about him. But the first time that I ever sat down in my room to spend time with him, I remember I was thinking that I wish I could sing to him and it sound nice. And so I uttered these words, "Lord, I wish I could sing and write music for you." And that was a true desire of my heart. I just wanted to give him everything that I could, and I wanted to use the one thing that I loved the most to give it to him, which was music. I love music and I love to sing, and I wanted to give that to him. And as soon as I finished saying that prayer, as soon as I finished, a song came into my heart as if out of nowhere. It was a short song, and I still remember it. But it just came like it was out of nowhere. And I was like, "Thank you, Lord, thank you so much." And I ran out of my room to go see my aunt and to tell her this exciting, amazing thing that God just did for me. She was not impressed. She was not impressed. I was not living with Christian people living for God. So when I told her that God gave me this song, she was like, okay. She was just on her computer like, yeah, okay. She was the only person that I told about this at that time. But I treasured this in my heart. And little did I know that this was the beginning of a really long answered prayer. Fast forward to now. I try to improve my singing abilities by listening to different artists. I would record myself, try to impersonate their voice, try to sound like that, try to do things differently with my voice to try to sing. And I took myself so far that many people would compliment me, and even my mom would compliment me. I've had a lot of people give me good positive feedback, some good, some bad, and I would just work my voice out and try to become a better singer. But I've never felt confident in my singing. And a year ago in December, I had this urge, like all of a sudden it just came on me, and this thought, and it's like, how come I never thought about this before? But I was like, maybe I should find a teacher to teach me how to sing so I can be confident in this. And so I searched the internet to find somebody in my community that could teach me. And I found somebody online that looked the most promising. And so I sent a message. and we started talking, and then we set up a time to meet, and then we met, find out he's a Christian, and I was just like, oh wow, this is really nice. So when we met up, I was discussing my goals with him about learning how to sing. And he said, well, we can work on that, but you need to learn how to write music and record music. I pushed back on that because that's not what I went there for. I went there so I can learn how to sing, but I guess that he's seen something in me that I did not see in myself. So fast forward a month or two after I started taking lessons with him, I was sitting in my living room, and all of a sudden this song came, and these lyrics came, and this melody came, and I was just singing the song, and I was like, whoa, where did that come from? This moment was a floodgate. It burst open, and now I have so many songs, they just keep coming out of me. They just keep coming, and it's so amazing because I have tried for so long to write music, and I just never could do it. It was too cheesy, too bland, didn't make sense, didn't flow together. But now all of a sudden there's melodies and there's lyrics, and it's just, where did that come from? And I can't take credit for any of these songs because they just keep coming with very little effort on my part. I just have to keep singing something, something will come, I keep singing it, the next part comes, I keep singing it, and it's just like I have this song all of a sudden, and it's like, where did that even come from? It's so incredible and amazing. God is just continuing to answer that one little prayer that I had when I was 16 years old that I said in such pure love. God is just so amazing. For over half a year now, we've been working on this one song and trying to get it to be the best that it can possibly be, and it's about to be released on October 8th, I believe. It just amazes me how God works, how I went with the intention to this music teacher to just learn how to sing, and here I am about to have a song released. I have a song recorded. I have a song. I was just out making the video for it, and it's just, wow, how God works. He is a prayer answering God. And my wish, brothers and sisters, my hope is that everybody knows how good God is. That is what I want to share with the world, how good God is. When I first started recording this song, I had such a big fear because I was in prayer one day and I heard God tell me that if I spend my time, my life, seeing everybody as if they were Christ himself and treating everybody as if they were Christ himself, that he would take my music and distribute it and make it his own. And I had this caused great fear in me because I was like, well, if you distribute it and a lot of people start listening to it, am I going to fall into pride? That's how I felt. And also, is this message even from God? I went to my spiritual father and I was telling him about this, and I was telling him my fear. And he said, if you have such a fear of falling into pride and you are afraid that you will fall into pride, it's most likely that you won't, because you are so aware of it. And this did give me some comfort, but not completely. And I started to doubt, and I started to say, you know what, I don't want to do this. And I went to my husband and I was telling him, I think I'm going to quit. I don't think I want to do this. And I was telling God in prayer, Lord, if this is what you want, you open the door. If it's not what you want, close the door. I do not want what you do not want from me. I do not want to live according to my own will, but if it is your will, you open the door, and if it's not, please close the door. I don't want to do this if it's not your will. And yet he just continues to open the door and encourage me in this direction. And so here I am, and I'm so grateful. I am so grateful to God. It's so amazing. And I hope that through this story that you are encouraged and your faith is built up to see that God is a God that answers prayers. He is a good God, a God of love that does good for those who love him. If you love God and you live your life for him and you surrender your will to his will and you want to live for him and you have a pure heart for him and you really want him, you have this urgency for him. You have this like, I need God. I need him. He is everything. I don't want to do anything. I cannot even breathe without him. This is the kind of attitude that God wants from us. This is the kind of attitude that bears fruit in our life, is when you are hungry for him. He's not a Sunday God. He's not a God just for the weekend. He's not a God just when you need him. Just when your life is going bad. He is a God for every single moment. He is a God for every single second. He is a God for everything, for the good, for the bad. He wants to be one with you. He wants us to be one with him. When we go and we partake of the Eucharist, we are putting God, his body and his blood into our body, and we are becoming one with him. And so we need to take that moment of the Eucharist throughout the rest of our moments throughout the week, and just holding that and remembering that and keeping that in the front of our mind, that we are one with God and that we are hungry for him. We're thirsty for him. At every single moment of our life, we are faced with two choices. The book of Proverbs tells us this. At every single moment, we are faced with two choices. The choice to be wise or the choice to be foolish. And it's always wise to choose God. Anything else but him is foolish. So I thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you have a wonderful and blessed day, and I'll see you guys again next time. Bye for now.